Hey there, folks. Mark Johnson, Tech Snobs. Brand new LG Flex. This is running on AT&T's network. Big shout out goes to them to send it over a review unit. How does this phone at 6 inches compare to all these other, the Note 3, Lumia 1520? We're going to find out in the full unboxing. So here's the LG Flex. Typical, AT&T packaging, on the box. Nothing really too, that stands out too much. You got the LG Flex on the back. Let's go and get into it and see what we got. You still got the AT&T, stuff up at the front of the box. So that's cool. So here's the device. This is large, very large device. Wow. Even on my huge hands, look how big this device is. Curved, as you can see. We'll get back to that in a moment. Let's just see if anything else has come in the box as of late. So you got the quick start guide, which AT&T usually does. Pretty informative. Now, if you haven't used the LG device, it's definitely worth, checking out as far as if you want to try something different with Android. So this manual quick start can help you do that. And in the box, like I expected, really nothing else. I mean, you got your micro USB and your power cable, and there's nothing really, too spectacular there. So while we're waiting, we're going to go and get this bad boy powered up. Like I said, this got a 6-inch 720p display. Now, it's not a full HD 1080p display, but it is, 720p, and it does have all the other latest specs of Android. So while this thing is powering up, similar to the G2 on the back, where you have the rocker to control all the volume settings, and then your SIM card goes here on the left-hand side rather. Got your speaker on the bottom, and that pretty much wraps that up. 3.5mm jack at the bottom, and the power, micro USB, and that's really it. So we're gonna compare this to some other phones real quick. First phone's gonna be the iPhone 5S, and just to give you it's a pretty stark comparison between the two. Before we do that, let's go ahead and rip off this plastic. Beautiful looking display, but with that, here's a fair comparison between the two. It's just, wow, massive. So if you like big phones, you're gonna love the LG Flex. So just taking a look, I mean, it's the thinness, they're about the same on that. Obviously it's a curved display, but all in all, just a massive device. Here it is compared to the Galaxy S4. Still not as glaring, but nonetheless, it's with the Galaxy S4 with a 5-inch display compared to 6-inch display. It's clearly much bigger. You can see the curve. Samsung does have a phone that has a curve feature as well, and that's called the Galaxy Round. But nonetheless, huge phones here. Okay, next on the list is the Note 3. Now, it's not as big of a glaring difference from this, but still, 5.7 inch compared to a 6-inch display is definitely, pretty big difference, but, not too big of a difference. So like I said about the, the Note 3, it's definitely compares very well with that. The Note 3 does have a much, bigger, the resolution is 1080p versus 720p. Now, me looking at it with my eyes, it doesn't, I can see it's not as sharp, but it still looks very good, to say the least. So we're going to keep on going. And last but not least, another 6-inch phone, and that's going to be the Lumia 1520. Now, both of these 6 inches, huge devices. Obviously, one's curved, one isn't. But, the footprint is about the same. They're about the same height, the same thickness. This curve feature is pretty cool. I have to test it out to see if it really makes much of a difference. The Lumia does have a fantastic camera at 20 megapixels. I believe it's 13 on the LG Flex. I'll have to double check all the specs when I do the full review. I do believe that the Flex also has a 3,400 milliamp hour battery. That's another thing I'll have to double check. But Yeah, very, very, you know, if you like big phones, both of these are great, you know, and they really compare well. I mean, they're huge. I mean, even in my hands, these things are a handful. So we're going to go through a quick software tour on the Flex. This is what you see when you first turn it on. As far as apps go, you got your AT&T apps. You do have a Google folder in here. There's a lot of Google apps in here. Code scanner. Oh, Beats Music pre-installed, which AT&T is promoting, you know, pretty heavily right now. And you can, I believe, you can get like 5 accounts for like $15 a month, and up to 3 months free. So that's a good deal. Famigo, haven't heard of that. You got the mobile wallet, so you can, you know, pay with your phone, you know, with this device if you want to, you know, use the NFC capability. Translator, Polaris, got quite a few apps on here. Let me see how much data is taken up from it. Definitely feels zippy. Let's go to storage. So there you go. So you got 23.86 gigabytes available, 32 gig. The non-removable battery looks to, you know, it appears to be right now. And that pretty much wraps it up. So we're going to do a full review on it. I will say it's pretty cool. I even believe this thing can, you know, you can kind of bend it a little bit. You know, it is a bendable display, but I'll do some testing on that as well, and we'll be back later. Thanks for watching, folks. Be sure to check out the site, tech-snobs.com, for more coverage. Take care.